Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Transformational Soul. My name is Ruth Soltman, and I'm really excited that you're joining me this evening. I want to welcome you if you're watching us stream live on Facebook or YouTube or Rumble or X. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Greatly appreciate you. If you are here this evening, please say hello. I'd love to chat with you. That would be very awesome. And please hit the like or the thumbs up button and share the show. That would be greatly appreciated. I invite you all to go and check out my website, ruthsoltman.com. That's RUTH, S as in Sam, OL, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, AN as in Nancy.com. Now you can go over to my website and you can find out about my books, my oracle cards, my services, and you can find out very in-depth information about all of those. And then you have ways on there that you can order or purchase, whatever you would like to do. So check that out. And just want to remind everyone that Goldylocks Productions has a great group on Telegram. Seriously, you guys have to come over there and check that out. Now, I'm sure most of you are aware that there was a Facebook outage this week. And just think, we were still able to keep in touch over there. So, go and check that out. There's lots of great information that is shared, a lot of videos, everything. And the energy is amazing. And don't forget as well that Goldylocks has an online merchandise store. You can get some great items with beautiful designs. So go check that out. And while you're checking that out, also check out the oracle cards from Goldylocks. They are amazing. And these are called Energize. And you can purchase your own deck and have them shipped right to you wherever you want. Thank you to all of you who show your support by liking and sharing the show and the show information. I am very grateful for that. I want to wish a happy birthday to everyone that is celebrating a birthday this week. And also, let's send out some love, light, and healing energy to all who are in need. And I know there are a lot of people. We see them all the time in person, on social media. So let's send some out for all of them. And let's also remember Robin McGuire and her son, who are still recovering from surgery, still going through that healing process. Carol Ann's daughter, Carrie, Veronica, Holly, and Kim Smith. If you would like to give a tip or donation, you can do that via my Venmo, a Rumble rant on Rumble, or a Super Chat or Super Sticker on YouTube. Your tips and donations are much appreciated. It does help to cover the cost of the show. So, it's really amazing. This Saturday, come and check us out at 8 p.m. Eastern for the Spiritual Message Circle. We get together usually a couple times a month for this, always on a Saturday. And Tiffany kind of runs the show. And, whatever show hosts are available that night, we come on there. And for a small donation of $20, you will get a message from each one of us that are on the show live that night. This show is so much fun. I hope that if you haven't joined us before, that you will this week. And if you have joined us, I hope you will join us again. You can also prepay ahead of time and get your name on the list right away before the show even starts. So keep that in mind as well. So it's official. March has arrived. And March is a time, because we're going into spring, it's a time for renewal and regeneration, a time for growth and rebirth. If you live in an area that observes daylight savings time, then know that this weekend we will be changing our clocks. We will be setting them ahead 1 hour this coming weekend. Hello, Joyce and Robert and Richard. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And, spring is just around the corner, and Easter. I've been really so tired the last couple of weeks. And I was remembering that, a couple times a year, about 2 weeks before we changed the clocks, I would be a lot more tired than usual. And I don't know why that is. I have no idea. The only thing I can figure is that my body is already starting to try and adjust to the new energy. But it's been like this for me for years, and ever since I can remember. And maybe my body is pre-adjusting because it knows what's coming. Maybe it's already feeling it. I really don't know. But it doesn't matter how much sleep I'm getting. I'm still extremely tired. I know it's going to, it'll catch, my body will catch up. It'll adjust. Just, it can be a little rough in the meantime. So if any of you guys are going through that, know that I know how you feel. I'm with you. And I remember my daughter telling me a lot of times that after the time change, it would affect her children who were real young at the time, and it would affect them for a couple of weeks. So maybe it's just, that I feel it beforehand, because once this weekend comes, I'll be back to my normal, feeling rested. This past weekend on Saturday, I had the privilege of going to my granddaughter Harley's dance competition. And I want to tell you, it was amazing, like it was with the last time I went. Hello, Sarah. Nice to see you. It's really awesome because, the event was really amazing. The dancers are fantastic. The music, it's just such a great combination. It was a long day, but it was very emotional, very moving. I'm beyond grateful that I was able to go. And it was a bonus that I got to spend the day with my son, my daughter, Amanda, and her whole family. So it was really, really nice. And, you hear stories on social media all the time about how crazy and chaotic everything is out there, right? And many people have those negative experiences, out in public or in society. But I want to tell you, my experience is I don't like being in big crowds of people. I never have. It's an energy thing. I know that now, but I didn't know that when I was younger. But my experience being around so many people this weekend, it was very positive and uplifting. Things that I saw and experienced, people holding the door for others, letting people go in line before them. It was really awesome. These girls come out with so much energy. You can feel the excitement in the crowd. It's just such a great, great time. And it was also very emotional because this is Harley's last year with this group at this school, and was their last competition. So, it was quite an emotional thing for all of them, I guess. Joyce said she's been sleeping a lot and sometimes wondered if she was just being lazy. You're not being lazy, Joyce. You're not. I know sometimes that happens because our body just needs extra rest for whatever reason. Sometimes it happens when we're processing and coming in contact with, increase in energy or a decrease in energy. These energy waves that we've been getting. And it can be from that. But definitely, wait and see when the time change, it's not a time change, when the clock change occurs. And see if you're feeling any better. See if you feel more rested. So for the last few days, tons and tons of videos have been popping up on my social media about kindness. I sat for hours, like Sunday and Monday, I believe, in tears, watching the expression of unconditional love and kindness for complete strangers. It is very moving, it's very emotional, and it's very, very beautiful. Now, in this day and age, yes, with the technology that we have, some of these videos may be fabricated. We don't know, but that doesn't even matter because the message and the energy of unconditional love and kindness is still being put out there. That's what matters. It's about that intention. So we're going to, I've had a lot of stuff come up about kindness. And, kindness is defined as the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. Think of different ways that you have experienced kindness, whether it was someone doing something for you or showing you kindness, or you showing someone else kindness. And think about, how can you be kind to others? How can you show kindness to others? Well, you can show kindness to others in so many, many ways. And this is something, in our daily life, not something that, we put this appointment on our calendar. I'm going to be kind to someone on this day at this time. No, holding the door for someone. And it doesn't matter if they have their hands full or not. It's just a kind, courteous thing to do. Letting someone ahead of you in line at the grocery store. A lot of us probably have had that happen before, or we've let someone else. You get your stuff up there on the thing, on the conveyor belt, and someone comes up behind you carrying their stuff like this, right? And they have nowhere to put it. Here, you go ahead of me. Go ahead of me. I've had that happen to me, several times in my life. And I think it's just like such a nice thing for people to do. It's just very thoughtful, very kind, and, very compassionate. Or maybe you help your neighbor carry in their groceries. These are very kind gestures, and they don't cost you anything except a few minutes of your time. A few minutes. It might cost you a few minutes, but many times these small gestures, can change someone's day or change their outlook for the day. It can even change their life. Change their life. I know that sounds really kind of crazy, but it's true. Think about it. Okay, you have an elderly neighbor who maybe is in poor health. They finally, after a few weeks of maybe being ill, they finally muster up the energy to go grocery shopping. By the time they get home, their energy is all but depleted, and they still have to bring the groceries in. You offer to help them. It changes their day and renews their faith in the kindness of others, because they're watching the news every night and they're seeing all this meanness. They're seeing all this unkindness, and they're seeing all of this fear and lack of love, because that's what's being projected to them. So think about that. Not everyone can afford to have their groceries delivered if they're not able to get out. So you got to think about put yourself in someone else's place. What would you want? Would you, if you were in their shoes? Now, sometimes when we think we're doing something for someone else, or we think someone is doing something for us, we are the one that ends up getting the biggest reward. Many, many, many years ago, I got this job through a temp agency. And after being there a little while, it was in an office setting. And after being there a little while, they were going to hire me, full time, whatever, after my however many days I had to work there for the temp place was up, according to their contract. So in the meantime, this company decides they're going to downsize, and all of the business from this specific office is being moved to another location. But I'm welcome to apply at that location, which I did. and I got hired. And there was probably 6 months maybe between when the old office closed and the new place was, no, I take it back. Between like the new one was going to be working before the old one was closed out. So, they still had to have people in both places. So they gave me my start date and everything, and they hired a temp to take over for me. So this place, the new place I was going to be working, was about an hour and a half away from where I currently was. So I had to go out there, find a place to live, blah, 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 blah. Now, in the meantime, the new location hasn't opened up yet. So in the meantime, I'm driving back and forth every day, an hour and a half, plus there is an hour time difference. I don't know which one. I think where I worked was Eastern time, and where I lived was Central time. So it was very confusing. Now, this is back when gas was about $5 a gallon. I had an 8-cylinder car, so it took a lot to fill my gas tank, and that was a lot of driving. So everyone that worked with me in the office, they all knew what was going on. And, no one said anything or anything. So I was just doing this drive every day, getting up, going to work when it was pitch black outside, getting home when it was pitch black, getting home and just wanting to go to sleep because I was so exhausted. And the woman that they hired, the woman who they hired temporarily to take my spot, she overhears my conversation talking about me driving an hour and a half. And she said, well, that's crazy. Gas is $5 a gallon. She goes, you're welcome to come and stay in my house. She goes, I have to warn you, I have 3 kids, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so we talk about it a little bit. And she's like, I can't believe all these people know this, and not one person has offered you that. I'm like, well, it is what it is. So she offered me to come and stay there. So I would stay there during the week, and then I'd go to my new apartment on the weekends. And this woman would not take any money from me for rent. She said I could buy food, and which I did. But it was several months before, I think, I'm not sure time-wise, because this is a long time ago, before I was able to be done at the old location and go to the new location. But it saved me a lot of money because of gas being so high and having to drive so far every single day. So if I remember correctly, I would drive to work on Monday, stay at her house until after work on Friday, and then head home for the weekend. And when I left there, I got really attached to her kids. They were great kids. They're all grown now with kids of their own. And, I was so touched that she would help me out like that. She just offered, wouldn't take anything for it. And when I was finally leaving and I was done there, and we hugged and everything, and I said, I can't ever thank you enough for what you did for me. And she's like, no, it's what you did for me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I will never forget what she said to me. She said, thank you. You have restored my faith in humanity. And it really, really, really blew me away, because I was like, I didn't do anything. You let me come and stay here. How did that do anything for you? And she said, I've helped out people in the past, when I could. She goes, I enjoy helping people. And every single one of them except you has screwed me over in some way, whether it was, with money or stealing or whatever. She said, you have restored my faith in humanity. And every time I think about that, I just get chills, because I thought, I felt like she was the one that was giving so much to me, and she got back from what she said more than she ever gave. I mean, it was just amazing. So you never know, how your actions are affecting someone else, right? No matter how small of a kindness you think that you are doing, it could be huge or life-changing for someone else. And everything is about your intention. Intention. If you're offering your help to someone only because you're expecting to get something back from them or from the universe, think again, because you are doing it for all the wrong reasons. That is not creating the kind of energy that you want to put out there. Now, when you're on social media, be mindful of what you are saying. Be kind with your words when you're commenting on other people's stuff. Not that someone may be offended by what you say. They're going to filter your words through their own lens, through their own perspective. Just do it because it's the kind and loving thing to do. You can always get your point across without being mean. Always. A lot of people cannot interpret your tone, right? When they read your words. Same thing with a text message or an email. They can't interpret it like they can when you are having a face-to-face conversation with them and they can hear the tone of your voice. Some people can feel the tone coming through the words, but a lot of people can't. And they misinterpret what is said based on their perspective, where they are at right at that moment in their life. If they're in a crappy mood, that's how they're going to take it. So just be mindful of that. But that's just another reason why the words that you use are so important. When you get ready to text someone or email someone or even comment on social media, type it out, look it over, read it a couple of times, read it out loud if you need to, listen to what it sounds like, okay? Because words are very, very important. Now, not only do we need to show kindness to others, we need to show kindness to ourselves. Even though we know this, and we all know this, we don't always act like it, right? Sometimes we treat ourselves like crap. Sometimes we do that because we feel that's what we deserve, or we're just in a bad mood, or we don't want to be bothered. Whatever it is, you have to stop that. We fail to honor our bodies and give it what it needs. We torture ourselves in toxic relationships when we know it is bad for us, or when we know it is not good for us, and that we need to leave. But we don't. Why? You need to figure that out. We keep ourselves from getting proper rest sometimes. We'll burn the midnight oil, or we'll get up 2 hours early. So for whatever reason, most people don't get up early, but most stay up late. But we need to show ourselves the utmost kindness, always, at all times. In a world that can seem so chaotic and full of fear, just be kind. Kindness is never wasted as long as it is done with the right intention. Because if it's not done with the right intention, you're only doing it for yourself to get something for yourself. That's not the way to go about it at all. So, remember that kindness, being kind doesn't cost a thing. Now, yes, you can do kindness where, maybe you purchase something for someone, or you give someone money because they're in need. But everyone can be kind, because you could do many things that don't cost you financially, right? Have a great night at work, Richard. Awesome. Okay. I already have that. Okay. How you'll see sometimes, random acts of kindness. And yes, that's a beautiful thing, but just the way it's phrased always bothers me, because I feel like being kind to someone shouldn't be an act, right? Kindness is who we are. Love is who we are. And we need to remember that. We need to remember all of that. Because when you say that, an act of kindness, it makes it sound like you're acting, or this is a once in a while thing. I've never felt like that. I felt like kindness is very natural, just like love. Just like love. You can show love and kindness to everyone. You don't have to like them. It can be to people, we all have personality things where maybe we don't really like someone, or someone just kind of rubs you the wrong way, whatever it is. You can still love them, and you can still treat them with love, kindness, and compassion. Hello, Robin. Nice to see you. That doesn't have to change. There's different types of love we have. We have like love for humanity. Then we have love for our parents, our children, our friends, our siblings. And it's all different, right? So we can love all of humanity on one level. There's no way, I don't think any one person can say they like every single person in this world, because our personalities, our beliefs, the things we do are all different. You can love the person, you don't have to like what they do, right? Now, before the show, I pulled a couple of cards for the group. And the first one is focusing on the throat chakra. And it says, the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. It is so important to speak your truth, to live your truth. First, you need to know your truth, right? Because how else can you live it and speak it and be it? Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you here. So you have to be comfortable with your beliefs. You can't be all wishy-washy about it. You have to be able to stand firm. You have to build that solid foundation on what you believe. And what you believe may not be the same as what I believe, but that's okay, right? Because we're all unique individuals. Something might resonate very deeply with me, but it doesn't with you, or vice versa. That's okay. We are each on our own individual paths. We don't all have to believe the same thing. But what is important is that we know what we believe, we know how we feel, we know when the truth resonates with us, and we are not afraid to stand up and speak our truth. It's always been important to speak our truth. But I feel like now, more than ever before, it is crucial that we speak our truth. We speak our truth. And the other card that came up for everyone, it's got the number 39 on it, and it says, wish upon a star. And that's all about manifesting what you want, wishing it. Some call it wishes, some call it prayers, some call it spells, some call it manifestation. Whatever you call it, it's the same energy. It's the same energy. So, figure that out. And as you go through life, as you're traveling on your journey, different things are going to come up. Different things are going to present themselves, and you're going to have to make decisions. What do I think? Which one of these resonates with me as true? What do I believe? I can tell you that I don't believe the same things that I believed when I was a child. I don't believe the same things I believed when I was a teenager, or when I was in my 20s, or my 30s, or my 40s. Your things are constantly changing. Your beliefs are constantly unfolding as you have more life experience, as you learn more. You are more knowledgeable about spirit and life and your journey. There's people that don't even know they're on a spiritual journey, right? So it's very important to be in touch with that. Be in touch with the truth of who you are. Because how else are you going to speak it and let others see your truth? And it certainly doesn't matter if anybody agrees with your truth. It's called your truth for a reason, because it's your truth. Not anybody else's, but yours. You know, you can have 100 people in a room and there'll be 100 different beliefs about things. There could be 100 different beliefs about one single thing. But isn't that kind of the beauty of it all? It's kind of like a puzzle, trying to figure out, you know, what's a good fit for you. You know, where can you fit those pieces? Life is, you know, definitely challenging at times. It's definitely fun. It's definitely full of love and excitement. But it's just really important for you to figure out who you are, what you want, where you want to be, and focus your intention there. Focus your intention to manifest everything you want in your life. Because it's more than possible. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give some messages if anyone would like a message. I know Robert had said he would like one. Let me get to Robert. Well, Robert, I'm liking your cards already. Let's see what we have for you. The first one is about, and I'm pretty sure I've had this card for you before. It's got a number 2 on it. Roots of abundance. And just like I was saying, you have to build that firm foundation. You need to have deep roots. Deep roots. And I feel like some new things are coming your way that's going to shower you with abundance. I'm not just saying, you know, it's not like you're going to get, you know, a crap ton of money all of a sudden, but it's going to be abundance in so many different ways. Love, happiness. You're going to be a lot happier with some things that are coming down the road for you. I feel like there is, you know, when we think of abundance, we immediately, I feel like our mind goes to, money. We see dollar signs. But abundance means, you know, more than enough, right? So it's not always about financial. We have abundance in so many different ways in our lives already. And I feel like yours is just going to be overflowing. The other card I got for you is talking about a healthy diet. And this is talking about a vegetarian or a vegan diet. And it says that fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. Now, we already know this. We already know vegetables and fruits, especially in their natural state, they're very high vibrational. So maybe you need to start adding a smoothie to your diet with some fresh fruits and vegetables. Check that out, because you don't necessarily taste the vegetables, but they're good for the energy, the vibration, the vitamins, the minerals. So see if that's something, Robert, that maybe you need to add to your diet. Okay, I've got them. Okay, Richard. Let me get Richard real quick before he already left, but before I forget. Richard. Oh, Richard. Okay, I feel like I had this card for you the last time. Awakening Genius. It's number 29. And I feel like something in you is about to awaken. Some gifts that perhaps you didn't realize you had. And it's very interesting when you look at the second card that I pulled, because it's talking about mediumship. And it says that you have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. I'm wondering if you have tried this before. I'm wondering if it's something that you do. If not, I think it's something that you should look at. Pull that treasure chest of gifts out and see what else is in there. Because I know that your gifts are expanding. So, that sounds like that's the way that's something they want you to explore. Something they want you to explore. Okay. So I hope that resonates with you, Richard. Okay. Melissa, I got you down. Okay. Sarah, I'm going to do Sarah next because she's very quiet during the show, and then I will forget. Because that happened a few weeks ago. And then I have Robin, Melissa, and Joyce down. Okay, Sarah. Ooh, number 12, or it could be a 3. It says bearing fruit. I'm almost starting to have like a deja vu moment here because I feel like a lot of this stuff has come up previously. But I feel like you're doing something different, something new. And you've been planting those seeds. Now, this could have to do with your healing that you've been doing. You've been planting those seeds, and now you're going to see the results of all the work that you've been doing. Now, this also could have to do with your business as well. It could be both. So just know that all the hard work that you've been putting into whatever it is going to start bearing fruit. It's going to come to fruition. You're going to see results very, very soon, Sarah. And the other one is crystals. The energy of crystals supports you and helps you with your present situation. And I know we all love crystals and stones and all of those. So maybe there are some that have really been jumping out to you lately or calling out to you. Certain ones maybe that will help you with what you're going through at the moment. If you're having a hard time sleeping, there's certain crystals that can help for relaxation. There are other ones that can help you connect deeper with yourself, with the other side. The crystals, they all have such amazing energy, and they all have a different energy. So you have to figure out what vibrates with you. So I hope that message resonates with you, Sarah. Well, Robin, I always think of you, of course. Oh, and it's Robin's turn. Now, Robin has a show on Tuesdays called Robin's Cosmic Soul Food. And if you guys haven't seen it, you should check her out. She's pretty awesome. So what do we have for Robin? Ooh. So the first card I got for you has a number 4, and it says great and full. Look at your cup is full and running over there. Look at that. It's running over, Robin. So what are you filling that cup with? Are you filling that cup with love for yourself? Are you filling that cup with compassion for yourself? Because it's your cup. This isn't a cup you're giving to someone else. This is your cup. So what do you want to fill that cup with? And it says you are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight. For your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Look at that. That's awesome. And you share a lot on your show of different things that you're learning. You've been wonderful, about giving people information to help them with healing, with, loved ones, with moving on, from their situation. And that is really awesome. You connect well with the energy of what a person needs. And that's really amazing. So, You keep relaying information to others. You're guiding them. You're teaching them. You're helping them to stay on their path. So keep up the good work, Robin. And let's see, Sarah said, I've been using my selenite with my crystal tuning fork more recently. It all definitely resonates with me. Thank you, Bunches. You're welcome, Bunches. You're welcome, Robert. Now, Friday night at 8 o'clock, Melissa Parks has this amazing show called Joyful Findings. So you guys should tune into her show if you haven't seen her show before, because it's awesome. And let's see what we have for you, Melissa. Ooh, this is pretty. Now, this is number 41 or 5, and it says a higher view. Look at that picture. So what I get from this and what I feel is you need to get a higher perspective on some situation, or maybe even just a different perspective. Because, you know, we all experience all of the things that we do or experience comes from like where we are right now. It comes from our past experiences, the way we view things, view situation. So what I feel like with this beautiful wise owl that you're on, I feel like you need to fly a little above the situation and get a different perspective on it. Try to be an outsider looking in, because that's when everything looks completely different, right? When we're in the middle of a situation, we can't see it clearly. We have to look at it from outside and from many different angles sometimes. And you also got the crystal card. The energy of crystal supports you and helps you with your present situation. I don't believe I've heard you talk a lot about crystals, but I'm not sure now that I said that. But, you know, maybe there's a couple different crystals that would help you at this time. I know I've heard you talk about putting them in your car. I know there are, but like I said, we all have different stones and crystals and gems that resonate with us, and some that just don't. Just like with that Moldavite, the one necklace that I had gotten, it was the strongest, like, vibrational feeling that I've ever had from any kind of a stone before. And it gave me headaches. And before I even took it out of the box, I just was holding the box when it came in the mail, and I could feel it. Like my whole body was vibrating. It was just, was just too strong. It was too big of a piece for me, I guess. But my son kind of confiscated it, and it works really well with his energy. He's always loved it. So I'm happy about that. Okay. Robin said, you are amazing. Spot on. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you, Robin. Oh, yeah. I love these cards, too. And I would be really happy to tell you what they are, except that I don't remember the name of them. I was trying to look right before the show, trying to locate my box here so that I can figure out the name of them. And when I do, I will definitely let you know. Joyce. Let's see what we have for Joyce. Okay. Well, this one just kind of flipped over for you, Joyce. Oh, this is fun. Okay, Joyce. Okay, the first card I got for you is the number 33. Hello, Linnell. And it says, ears wide open. And I feel like this is all about listening, paying more attention, being more mindful, not just of messages and information that you're getting, but maybe conversations that you're having. Not that I'm saying you're being neglectful or not listening, but maybe there are things that they're wanting you to pick up on in a conversation that maybe you're not. But don't try to overthink things. Just hear what the message is, and the way to probably interpret that, if it's not evident right away, is going to unfold for you a little later. The other card is about your heart chakra. And it says the answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. And that's love in all forms. We're not just talking about like a romantic love, but be open to giving and receiving love more and more and more. The more love we put out there, the more love we get back. It's that beautiful, beautiful cycle of the way it works. It's just how it is. And the more that you feel that, the more in touch with it that you are, the deeper it's going to be for you. And like we were talking about earlier, we have different kinds of love for different relationships in our life. And be open to all types. Be open to new love. Be open to maybe something unexpected. And be open and giving for yourself as well. Giving yourself more and more love. Thank you so much, Linnell, for your super sticker. I appreciate that very much. So I hope that resonates with you, Joyce. Linnell, let's see what we have for you. Ooh, I like that card. Let's see the other one. Okay, the first one, number 27. That's a great number. Or it could be a 9. It says a grand symphony. A grand symphony. And I feel like things are coming together in your life on a very grand scale. Like a symphony is a grand music ensemble, right? You don't have just a couple of instruments, but you have this whole entire symphony. And I feel like things are coming together in your life in a grand way, such as that. So I don't know if you have some new stuff going on. I know you had talked about moving. So maybe, had a little bit to do with that and a lot of things changing in your life. And I love this card. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. Just make sure that you are open to that. Open and mindful, because you get messages in all different ways. That someone's not just gonna come up to your door and knock on the door and say, "Oh, I have a message from your angels." No, we have to pay attention to everything around us, because they send us messages in ways that we don't even think of. They could, it could be something we see, and maybe a flash of a color. And that color all of a sudden takes us back to a memory of something. And, it just spirals like that until we figure out what the message actually is. So that's always, very, very exciting. I really feel this is such a weird feeling for me, but a lot of the cards I've been pulling tonight, I feel like the same exact people have gotten them before, like recently. And the other card I pulled for you, Linnell, is accept what is dying. So whatever things that are no longer working in your life, just let them go. Just accept it and move on. It's like the old saying came to my mind when I saw that card, quit trying to beat a dead horse. Um, Sometimes we want things to work so bad, or we want a different outcome, that we just keep trying and trying and trying, even though we know, that it's over, it's not going to work, whatever it is, we need to move on. So, put yourself, I don't want to say that. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of if there's anything in your life currently that you just need to let go of. Oh, you are a 9. Awesome. Okay, Joy. Okay, well, now I'm glad that's awesome. And Joyce said, thank you for the message. The timing is perfect. Awesome, Joyce. You are welcome. Okay. Moving to a new place, it's always a little daunting, but it's so exciting at the same time. I have moved several times, older by myself. So I totally understand that. And, it can be like a little overwhelming sometimes. However, um, it's a great experience. It's great to meet new people, be in new surroundings, totally different energy, everything. So I think that's really awesome, and I applaud you for doing that. Okay, Tiffany, I have some cards for you now. So the first one I pulled is the number 9. There comes the 9 again. And it says, The Rose's Kiss. And when I first saw this card, I'm like, what? And I heard that you will know what this means. So, I mean, look at that. Look at the rose. So it's like different colors, which I think is pretty cool. Looks like it has gold leaves on the top. But for me, a rose is all about love, all about love. And I know that a rose is the highest vibrational flower because I've heard that on everybody's shows so many times. So that's how I learned that one. Um, and roses are just beautiful. So, there's a little ladybug up there too. So I feel like maybe it has some significance for you. I'm not sure. And then the other card I got for you, is, I wouldn't say it's really a validation because it's something we all know about you, that you're profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye, as well as with your physical sight. For your spiritual vision helps with healing, teaching, and guidance. And I was thinking about times when you've talked about doing healing with other people, like I don't know if it was energy healing or Reiki healing or what kind of treatments, and others would come and help heal. That's what that made me think of. But you are just so gifted, and so in touch with that gift. I know you have talked about, knowing this from when you were a child. So that's pretty awesome that you've always stayed connected with that all throughout your life. So of course that's going to make your connection even stronger, because you learned to trust it at an earlier age. And that is pretty freaking awesome, I have to say. And very powerful. It's very powerful. So, continue to guide people, continue to teach people. Because what you do makes an incredible, incredible difference in so many lives, in all of our lives, right? If you didn't do what you do, none of us would be here, So it's pretty awesome. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay. Uh-oh. Why is that not working? If I forgot anyone, please, please, please let me know. And we have a few more minutes. Liddell said the last big, I'm assuming bus, tomorrow to leave my home for the past 36 years. Wow. That's huge. And it's probably going to be very emotional and everything. But don't forget, all those memories you're taking with you. You might not be in that same place, but you're taking all those memories with you, right? Tiffany said, yes, I know what that means. Thank you so much. Oh, you are so welcome. Robin said, thank you for the wonderful messages. An amazing show. Thank you so much. You are very welcome. You are powerful too, Ruth. We all are. Thank you. I love you, Ruth. I love you, Tiffany. So this month I love this time of year. I love spring. I love March and April are probably, I don't want to say my favorite months because I love the holidays, but I love this time of year because I grew up in Michigan. And this time of year, you have all that excitement about the trees are going to start budding. And we know that means that their leaves are going to come out and it's going to be really pretty. And the daffodils start coming up and the tulips start coming up. And it's just a very exciting time. And we have to, think about that in our own lives about what's going to sprout up for us. It's going to be all that stuff that we planted last fall, right? We've been planting love. We've been planting unconditional love. We've been planting kindness. We've been working at manifesting the things that we want to bring into our life. And this is spring. Things are going to start springing up, right? They're going to start budding and growing now and blooming. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. We've all been working really hard. We have all done a lot of healing. We've come so far. Just think of where you were, a year ago, 5 years ago. We're totally different people now. And it's not because we changed. No, it's because we let go of the stuff that is not us, that doesn't belong to us. And we are getting closer and closer and closer to who we are, to our truth, so that we can live every day in that truth. And when other people see us doing that, guess what? They're like, I'm going to live in my truth too. And then they rip off that mask of who they've been pretending to be or trying to pretend to be, because most of the time they're not fooling anyone except themselves. We know a fake person when we see one, when we hear one, when we experience one. And we all have, right? We all have. I could never understand why someone would want to work that hard. It's so unnatural to try to be someone else. If you want to do that, do it one night a year on Halloween, right? Dress up as someone else. But be you all the time, all the other days and all the other nights. I don't know why anybody would want to work that hard to keep up a facade, to pretend to be someone that they're not. That takes a lot of energy, So focus on you, focus on your truth, stand in your truth, walk in your truth, and live life to your fullest. You guys, it's been wonderful spending this time with you. I will see you back here next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Good night.